Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by King of the Cage Welterweight champion, Bill Albrecht. Bill, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Bill, in your last fight, you defeated David Gomez to take the King of the Cage Welterweight title. How did you feel about your performance in the fight?
I feel I can always improve. I was happy that I won, but I really felt like, I could have kept better distance in the stand-up. I kept punching into the clinch. But, those are things I'm working on now, and I'm very happy with how this camp went, and I think we're going to see even new and improved Bill Albrecht since that fight.
Bill, in the fight against Gomez, you armbarred him. The armbar, is that kind of your go-to move, or does it just always seem to it happens? You just happen to get it?
It just kind of happens, I wasn't even looking for the armbar. He kept pinning me up against the fence, and honestly, I was just looking for a way to get away from the clinch, because I wasn't winning any points with him pinning me up against the clinch, and time was ticking, and I wanted to get out of there, and so I kind of used the Kimura grip to, I was really just trying to move position, and then the way it ended up, I ended up kind of taking him down like a Kimura sweep from top, from standing, that's a move I had been working on to take the back on the ground, and the way it just flowed nicely, and I was actually hoping I'd get the triangle from back there, and then the armbar was there too, so I just took whatever I could.
Now you got a fight coming up against Dom O'Grady. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent?
Oh, he's a super tough guy. He's kind of odd shaped and doesn't look like he's got a gas tank, but dude has a gas tank, and he's very tough. But I think his style of fighting falls into my style, and I think it's going to be a great fight, and that I see me being victorious for sure.
He's fought a lot at 155. Now he's coming up to 170. Do you feel that you'll have a size advantage in this fight?
I feel by reach for sure. Even with guys who are normally my height, I've seemed to have a nice reach advantage on. But I'm not counting on that. I've been doing a lot of stand up, and because my ground's obviously been there. I don't just want to be a one trick pony, and so I've been working really good on my stand up, man, and working on my speed and my power, and I just think that's going to play into this fight pretty well. I'm looking to see how he wants to play it, but I'm going to go in there and impose my will for sure, because I'm not going to take any chances. It's going to be my fight, and he's going to have to be defensive against me.
So you think it's basically going to be him trying to test your stand-up game because you do have such a high-level ground game?
I would say so. I mean, I know he's a high-level grappler as well, but why take that chance? That's just how, if I were him, I might be looking at it. But because he's banged with some good guys. He went with my teammate Tim Means. He stood with him 5 rounds. It was up and down, but he banged with Timmy a little bit, and Timmy's a world-class striker. So I'm just excited for this fight, man. I wish it could be today. I'm just so excited to fight this fight, and I'm honored to fight Dom O'Grady. That's what I want. I want tough opponents because I want to be the best in the world. I want to be recognized as that guy.
How much insight has Tim Means been able to give you, because he has fought him twice before?
To be honest, I've really been working on with my coaches. Tim's training for his 3rd world title right now as well, and it's not. It's just been. I don't know how to describe it. He's just told me, what he's tough at, things where he was tough at and stuff, and we've been working those things, and he's really just told me some strengths that he was good at. I've worked at those things, but I've just been working on things that I need to work on. You know what I mean? I want to go in there, like I said, and impose my fight, and not really worry about what his strengths are.
Bill, you fought a couple times for Bellator. What happened with them? How come we haven't seen you in Bellator more?
I don't know. I can't say I haven't been bothered by them. I love that promotion. They're a great promotion as well. I've won twice for them, and far because they didn't realize I had already come to New Mexico, and I guess they didn't want to fly me out, and they just couldn't. Without short of notice, I just couldn't fly out. I mean, drive out. It was too far a drive. It was like 13 or 14 hours. I'm not. I just would have liked to have flown. I don't think that driving was the way for me. And they didn't want me to come in a day before. Like if they would have brought me in a day, or at least let me drive a day or two early, just covered my hotel, I would have done that too. But they couldn't. And the pay was, no offense to them, but the pay was half the price than what they were normally going to pay me. Their pay went down, and as well. And I had signed a contract and was down, but in the contract it did say airfare, but then he said we didn't discuss airfare, so it didn't count. So it was just one of those catch-22 things. It didn't work out. I still would like to fight for the promotion. But at the same time, I'm not going to disrespect King of the Cage either. I'm not going to fight in the same area that they put shows on. If they want me to be in a different area, I would do that. But King of the Cage has been good to me and my family,
right.
And I love how they built my career. So that's where my heart is right now.
So you still have a decent relationship with Bellator. It's not like there's been any bridges burned, and it's like you're never going to be able to go back. You still have a pretty good relationship with them.
I don't think so. I mean, he didn't say that, and who's the matchmaker over there? What's his name? What's his name? Do you remember his name?
No, I don't know.
I completely forget the guy's name. But no, he's a nice guy, but it's about business, and things have to make money sense. And being on this side of a promotion as well, I work for King of the Cage sometimes as well, so I know things have to make money sense. So I'm not, they offered me a fight a couple weeks after that had happened, and I just couldn't do it because I had another fight going on that same weekend. So I don't think there was any love lost, and then we just haven't had communication. And then I'm sure because I'm the King of the Cage World Welterweight champ, maybe they don't feel that they can, maybe they don't feel they could get me anyway, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would like to fight in their tournament instead of just fighting fights, man. I think I've earned it, but hey, that's just my opinion, and they have theirs. So
How much does it mean to you to have that King of the Cage welterweight belt?
Oh man, it's everything, man. It's everything. Every fighter's dream is to be in the UFC. I'm 34 years old. I went to the Ultimate Fighter tryout. I made it through there. The UFC is my ultimate goal, and I feel like I'm one step closer because look how many King of the Cage world champions are in the UFC.
Right, exactly.
And so that's something that I'm looking forward to, man. I'm just going to keep winning, and when my time comes to get called, man, I'll be ready.
What exactly happened with the Ultimate Fighter tryouts? They just, never gave you a call back? What exactly happened?
Made it all the way through. Tim Means made it all the way through. Our other teammate, Telma Schulte, usually making it all the way through, to where they, at least in the interview, they tell you, I don't know if you're what we're looking for, whatnot. But made it all the way through. They even told me and Timmy how much we would get paid and how the format's changed. Can we do that? We said we could. Everything was great, man. And then as what I've heard, first I heard they were changing it to the 155. They were just going to do 155ers because they had such a big turnout of 155ers, and they did. The 155er line was twice as long as the 170 line. But now I've heard they've canceled the whole show in America. They're going to go ahead and do the Ultimate Fighter Rio show, but they're changing the format for the American show. So as of right now, it's in limbo as of what they're doing. They're not starting taping in March like they had planned, is what I've heard. Who knows if information is 100% correct? I guess we'll just have to see in March if they, start showing Ultimate Fighters. But I know other guys. What I'm saying, I'm friends with some other guys who were there and made it through as well, and it's kind of the same scenario for them, and the same things they heard as well.
So is there any possible way you could be on the next season of Tough, or is it pretty much they've already got their cast set?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know it's not going to stop me. If they have another 170 tryout, I'm going again. You know, I'm going to stay in their face until they fuck this, until they take me.
Now, if you continue to defend this title, 3-4 times, will you not even have to go on Tough? Do you think that you'll do enough to get, an invite to the UFC?
Sure, I think that can happen too. I just really like to do Tough because, man, Tough brings fans, man, and fans brings money at the same time. And besides, I'd like to be worldly renowned for my blood, sweat, and tears. Man, I've put a lot of time in the sport. And, it's time for it to pay off,
Bill, how do you predict the fight with Dom O'Grady will go?
I'll be honest, man. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to bring it right to him. And it's all going to depend on how he reacts to it. I want to bring the fight to him, man. And I definitely see my hand being raised. I'm thinking either first round submission because I force him to take me down by hitting him with my hands, or maybe even my hands being too much for him. Man, I've got a lot faster. I've been working on my boxing just crazy with Arlene Vaughn, and even the guys in the gym and the guys who they've brought in for me to spar, they've been bringing in guys from different gyms for me to spar, and all of them have just been saying, "Wow," So I'm excited to go out there and show everybody what I got now, man. I've never trained like this before in my life. I feel like, and if you look at it, I had a winning record. I was like, 18-8 or something like that when I came to Fit. You know what I'm saying? And I had 2 fights when I first came to Fit without really training then. You know what I'm saying? And just had to get with the Fit program. And but after I got with the Fit program, within a year they made me a world champion.
Right.
So I just keep improving. They call me a sponge because and everything I learn, it plays. If I like it and I start playing with it, next thing you know, it becomes a part of my game. And I've always been good like that as an athlete. I've played every sport from hockey to basketball to baseball to football, and I've always just absorbed things, man. And I love this sport. I've been fighting since high school. I went to a military school and fell in love with fighting at military school because it's all we ever just did was, fight and wrestle around. And, it's always been a passion of mine, man. I just love to fight. So I can't wait to fight this fight. I'm just really excited.
Bill, I know you have to focus on the task at hand, which is Dom O'Grady, but are you looking at some other opponents? Are there other guys that are on your mind?
Man, you know what? There are. You know what, man? Chad Leonard. Chad Leonard's a great guy. Me and him fought at the Diamond Jacks or something like that. Rumble at something. And man, okay, so he caught me right at the beginning. Okay, but I wasn't even like out or anything. Just like one of those things that makes I'm looking right at the guy, but it kind of brought me to a knee. I'm looking right at the guy. My hands are up. I'm standing up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, but I had my hands up. Now, one punch got through my forearms, and we were the first pro fight after 10 amateur fights, and this ref stopped it, man. And even he said, he knows that wasn't, he said that was an early stoppage, and he knows that wasn't my ability, and, that's a fight I really like to avenge. So, but I think he fought a strike force fight. I don't know. I kind of heard that Larry, which is his manager, Larry Schrock, had told me that he'd rematch me. You know what I'm saying? And that I asked if I won the title, and he and the Cage offered him a fight if he'd rematch me, and they said yes. So that's a fight I'd really like to have, man. And then also, what's his name? The 2 fights later that were later in my career, Chad Leonard and James Head. James Head is in the UFC, so that might have to happen in the UFC, but that's definitely a fight I'd like to have, and he lost. I think James Head lost in the UFC, so if they'll let me fight him next, that'd be
Yeah, some good history there. Bill, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank? Anything you want to say to the fans?
All my sponsors, man, and all my fans. I'm so thankful that you guys, that they follow me, and all my Max Muscle Rio Rancho, Sweat Kennels, Kids, Hip Hop Sun, Vandal, and Too Tough. Man, all of them have been good for me. Swag Collectives, they've all just been so good to me, and if I haven't named any, please forgive me. I'm just recovering from the workout from this morning, but I really am thankful. My family and my kids are thankful. I'm really thankful.
Bill, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck at King of the Cage Total Destruction against Dom O'Grady.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate your time.
Yep.